Okay, today I'm going to show you, people have been asking me what kind of things I do. I mean, my videos are usually techniques and material you can use and stuff like that. I like to show people what they can do with lots of times household stuff that they've got. Pardon me, I'm messing with the camera. Um, so what I'm going to show you today is just some of the things that I've done. I'm trying to get it on this paper so that I'll be centered here. Okay. Let me show you the kind of things I've done with gel prints, and then I'll show you other things that I've done. Basically, I tend to jump around. A lot of people do. But I usually end up back with printing because printing is my love. And this is the book that I put, is it upside down? Probably some pages are going to be upside down. This is where I do my collage, and I use this mixed media paper for just simple collages. I do them sometimes on better paper, but this is a good paper for a journal for collaging. But see, sometimes I'll do magazine work and with the gel print in the background. Now I got to turn it around again because the first one's upside down, of course. Well, this one goes this way. And then I do, like this is a lot of different gel prints and pen and ink and colored pencil. And this is a collage I did probably a year or so ago, I think. Not even sure how long. And this is another one. I like doing collages. It's one of my favorite things to do. This is printed from a magazine. This was done in 2020. Oh, I didn't even notice. I have the dates on all of them. This is another collage that's magazines and gel print mixed together. I really like this one. And this is all magazines. And as you can see, I spilled coffee on it. And when you do something like that, you can just cut this off and reapply it to another artist sheet, which is what I would do if I wanted to save it. And this is one, actually I'm going to show this technique right here. This is done with, later in the month I'm going to show, this is done with a stamp made of hot glue gun. I'm looking, the reason why I'm not looking for words, I know hot glue gun, but the reason why I'm looking at it closely is because it could also be Elmer's glue, because you can put Elmer's glue on cardboard. If you go very slow and leave a nice thick line, you can get, but this looks like hot glue. But this is a combination of my gel print background, and this is another one that was done with hot glue. This is a self-portrait that was done with hot glue. Although, no, you know, this is something else. This is the 3D pencil, which I'll show that later in the month, too. And this is part of a doll series that I did. I was trying to do dolls that look kind of like puppets, because that's creepier. Dolls are sometimes creepy. Puppets are even creepier. And my gel printed backgrounds. Hopefully you can see these well. And that's all I've done in that book so far. And I have some of the prints that I did that are going to go in it, like this one. And different variations on that one were printed. And there's the sketch for my, and I keep the sketches from the things in the back of the book. It's the sketch for my self-portrait. And there's another print of the self-portrait one. I have a binder that I keep when I do make these stencils and stuff. I love this one. When I do make these stencils, I've got a binder that I keep the stencils in because I will reuse them. I mean, they're made by me. All right, let me show you a few other things that I've done because I do a lot of things, but I never get very far from acrylic paint or printmaking. And I don't think there's anything in there. That's actually a lino cut, which I hate to do because I have a tendency to cut myself when I do the lino. And this is how I keep my prints, and they're more in order of when I did them. And these are not the final prints, these are the test prints. Final prints are in another folder, but see, basically from a photo, this is regular printmaking, intaglio. And here's the plate that was done from. As you can see, it's, I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can. Maybe you can see with that behind it. Can you see that it is carved into the acetate? But that's another thing that I like to do, and I will do videos on that later in the year. I do different things different times of the year. But somebody asked me what I do with the stuff that I do, and this is a watercolor. I like doing watercolors. I don't do them very often, but I like doing them. And it's folded up because it's actually, you know, I didn't consider it a finished product. I consider it's going to be the base for something else that I do. Probably collaged onto something else. But, and here's another. Now see, these are kept together with the plate is in here, and the prints that came off that plate. And I keep things together like this so I don't lose them. The plate is in here. And you can see this plate was, let me take it apart. This plate was done on cardboard. This was printed, I think 2018. This is cardboard that was coated in acrylic gesso and then carved into. And this is my print from that. And this is a 2-color print. But that's something I will actually teach later in the year. That's fun. And cheap because it's cardboard. And I think that's all that's in that one. And then let me show you one other thing. Well, I might show you a few other prints. And then I'll show you one other thing. My battery's getting low, but I think we'll live. But I keep them in these envelopes. The projects when I, like this is one projects I was working on for a couple weeks. This is another set of projects I was working on. And as you can see, that right there is a collage actually. But it was done in the same week because I think I went downtown and took a class, which, you know, I really didn't need one, but sometimes you need to get around other artists. And I don't mean that like, oh, I don't need one. I mean it that, you know, I took collagraphs in college and pretty much know what to do. But, you know, and I did learn a few things that I didn't know. You always do. This is a plate of a rhino. You can see it's still slightly inked up. But that's another thing that I do. And I do etching on all different kinds of material. So cardboard, these are all one's done. That's a test one. I don't know if you can see, so you can see how I'm testing out the marks on it. And here's another one where I'm testing it out on, I think this is drafting film. I'm testing out different, see, this is the X-Acto knife, the burnish tool, the cork scribe, testing out the different tools with different, and here's another print. And it was a big failure, so don't worry about that one. But you can see how nicely dark you can get those prints too. And I will show this later in the year. I'm actually planning on showing all the different techniques that I have been taught through my lifetime, which is a lot of different techniques, and some that I've come up with on my own, which usually when I say come up with on my own, it's like other people. You watch a video or you took a class or you got it out of a book and then you take it one more step. And that's the kind of thing. Now here's another print that I did. I love this paper. And here's that rhino printed out. And that's another thing that I do. Right now, most of what I do is with gel printing, but I always combine what I do. with other things. I combine techniques, or I'll combine subject matter. I have a lot in here that are going to go on. This box is actually one that I'm going to put, this is another technique with a crayon that I plan on showing later in the year. And here's some more failed prints, but I plan on taking parts of them and putting them on collages. That's why they're in this box. This is the to be used box. See, that's a little landscape that has been watercolored after it was printed. Didn't like it, so parts of it will be used in a collage. And there goes the glue. And this one was cardboard, glued to cardboard. And I think I carved into the bottom cardboard a little bit. And these were different weights of sandpaper. And then I put shellac over the top. There's another rhino. I really love rhinos. Snowman. These could be cards. I was going to watercolor over them, but I never got to it. This is a print. This is a failed one, but I actually have some really good ones of this particular subject. But you can see why it's failed. See why the pale here, where I wiped it too much. And this is another one. I think this was cardboard. This is that rhino. That's a good print of the rhino. You've seen this one in a different variation. And this one. But let me take my time with these. You can actually get to see them. I don't know if you can see that in the... There's another one. And let me show you one other thing. Oh, I love that boat. I saw that boat and wanted to jump in it. Just go away with it. Okay. Now let me show you one other thing that I do that I will be teaching later this year that not a lot of people do. It's called clay printing. And it's done on, if you've seen my video on Pallon, making stamps out of Pallon, that's what this is done on. And I've actually done quite a few. Let me pull them out one at a time. It's easier. And as you can see, you can get a nice vibrant print, a beautiful print from these. There's another one. This is the same plate, and then I worked over it and went back, because that's the nice thing about it. Like with gel printing, the stuff will stay on the plate, and you can do the next print. We'll have a little bit of it. Well, this, it'll have more of it for the next print. And as you can see, these are stencils that I use on my gel prints, and they work really well with this technique. I don't know what happened to that one. Oh, that was a disaster. This is a fuzzier Pallon, so you can see what it does, and I'm going to use this for a collage. And as you can see, it makes some really nice, interesting. It's a little bit like gel printing, but totally different. And I haven't done any, that's my favorite one. I love that. I'm going to put that on my wall someday. All right. And I have some really large ones and some really bold ones, but I'm going to fold those up. But anyway, that's what I do with my work. And you've seen other things. I mean, I try and show you the finished products. I print on material and then sew that. This one, these are some that I printed on muslin. No, actually, this is just plain white quilting cotton. And I'm going to make little pouches out of it to put my colored pencils in and different things to take with me. I'm going to make pencil cases. So I did just pull off prints of what I was doing, and it really came out nice. So these are going to be little pencil cases. But that's what I do with what I do. So I hope that gave you an idea. I hope it gave you ideas for yourself. For subject matter, that's something I struggle with, and I think other people do too. What am I going to do? What do I do? What? Not birds. Everybody's doing birds. You know, flowers. Oh, everybody's doing flowers. What am I going to do? But like I got inspired by the rhinoceros from a Dura print. His didn't look like a real rhinoceros, but it was just so cool. And that inspired me to do that. And from there, I went to other animals. And I mean, there's lots of things that can inspire. You can just do endangered species or whatever. But I get a lot of inspiration from different things. And like I said, I enjoy doing these. I enjoy the printmaking. I got Georgia O'Keeffe inspired me to do skulls and parched desert scenes. Dura inspired me to do the rhinoceros. I mean, I don't know if you can see that one. If you look at other artists, I mean, they can inspire you to do things that you wouldn't think of doing. And like this was from a photo from a statue somewhere. I think it might have been in San Antonio that I took a photo of that I really, really liked, and I turned it into a print. So, like I said, get inspired by whatever inspires what, and you can do just flowers too, I guess. This was 2018. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my video. Get inspired, stay inspired. You can do lots of things with what you do. Like I said, I don't wander far from printmaking anymore. I mean, I guess I don't wander at all from printmaking in the last 3 or 4 years. So, thank you very much, and please like and subscribe, and hit notifications if you want to see more videos. The things that I showed you, I'm going to be doing videos on every technique in there. So, stay tuned and you'll get notified. Thank you very much for putting up with me. I hit 1,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. I thought it would be years and years, if ever. And I'm ecstatic. I really am. I so appreciate you people. And I hope you appreciate what I have to share. Thank you very much, and you have a lovely day.